Hey guys, I'm back here. Sorry about that. If you were on before, I had to get off all of a sudden because I ordered groceries from Amazon for the first time ever. So I got my groceries delivered, and I thought the guy was coming like 2 hours, but came early. Anyway, so as I was saying, if you're new to this series, what I'm doing here is going over the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, which I read in its entirety a few months ago. And I thought it was really excellent. It had a lot of really actionable tips that you can use. And but it's way too much to kind of do all at once, right? It would be completely overwhelming if you were to do it all at once. So what I'm doing is I'm taking one per week and focusing on that. I'm gonna focus on that every day of that week. And so I figured I would invite you to do it along with me because this is very helpful for basically everything that you want to do in life. So last week was a really good one that I actually kind of still have to focus on this week because I feel like I still need more time to get it ingrained. And that was to eliminate the so-called little negatives. So when you complain about something, so it's something small, right? They kind of flies under the radar. Oftentimes it escapes your notice. You say, "Oh, I'm tired," or "Oh, my muscles hurt," or well, just complaining, "Oh, the weather sucks." Whatever it is, when you complain about these little things, it kind of adds up to a negative influence, and you might not notice because there are these little things. So I'm trying to actively monitor myself so that whenever that happens, I one, stop saying the negative thing, or better yet, turn it around into a positive thing, right? So if it's raining, I could say, well, here in Florida, that might be a good thing because it cools it off a little bit. Or if my muscles hurt from the gym, I think about how I'm getting stronger instead of complaining that it hurts, etc. Anyway, so that was last week, and that's what I'm still kind of working on this week. But I am going to do another one. So I have a passage here. It says, "A letter came from a gentleman who tells about his father as follows. I know several people who have used the plan in this letter with amazing results. My father was a traveling salesman. One time he sold furniture, another time hardware. Sometimes it was leather goods. He changed his line every year. I would hear him telling Mother that this was his last trip in stationery or in bed lamps or whatever it was he was selling at the moment. Next year, everything would be different. We would be on Easy Street. He had a chance to go with a firm that had a product that sold itself. It was always the same. My father never had a product that sold. He was always tense, always afraid of himself, always whistling in the dark. Then one day a fellow salesman gave Father a copy of a little 3-sentence prayer. He was told to repeat it just before calling on a customer. Father tried it and the results were almost miraculous. He sold 85% of all calls made during the first week, and every week thereafter the results were wonderful. Some weeks the percentage ran as high as 95%, and Father had 16 weeks in which he sold every customer called on. Father gave this prayer to several other salesmen, and in each case it brought astounding results. The prayer my father used is as follows. I believe I am always divinely guided. I believe I will always take the right turn of the road. I believe God will always make a way when there is no way." So that's it for the reading. I really like this because I've just started doing more sales. And sales is not really something that comes naturally to me. It's an extremely valuable skill, and I highly recommend that if you have a chance to learn to sell, then you learn to sell, because that is a skill that will never go out of style. That will, no matter what economy you're in, no matter how technology improves, knowing how to sell will always serve you extremely well. And so and also it kind of forces you to get into that positive mindset. It forces you to be comfortable talking to people. It forces you to have that confidence, because if you don't, then it's just not going to work, right? You're going to transmit a negative energy to the person that you're talking with, And that person, you're going to creep that person out. That person is not going to want to buy from you. So your success at sales is a really good indicator of what kind of energy you're putting out. So I think this 3-sentence prayer is really helpful. So I'll repeat this again. It's, I believe I am always divinely guided. I believe I will always take the right turn of the road. I believe God will always make a way when there is no way. So obviously this doesn't just apply to sales. This is something that if you're going to do something that is somewhat challenging or somewhat difficult, or maybe you're not feeling so confident about, say this prayer before you start doing it, whether it's a sales call or whether it's something else. And my guess is it will have a big impact. That's what I'm going to be doing over the next week, and I invite you to do the same. So have an awesome week. I will see you soon.